In a
Two
future
coffees.
where time becomes currency, the poor cannot survive past tomorrow, while the rich live forever. In this world, time can be traded and even stolen. Everyone stops aging at 25, but they must use time to extend their lives. From the moment they are born, the clock on their arm starts counting down. Will lives with his mother in the slums, constantly worrying about their dwindling time. They can only exchange their labor for the meager one day of time they have left. After work, Will meets up with his friend at a bar. He inadvertently notices a man with 110 years on his clock and warns him that he should leave this seedy place. The man's flashiness has clearly attracted time bandits, and the bustling scene suddenly becomes deserted. Faced with the threats of the time bandits, the man looks uneasy and immediately suggests he needs to use the restroom. In the bathroom, the man starts vomiting. Will seizes the opportunity to knock out the guard with the door and quickly leads the man out of the bar. With his familiarity of the area, Will brings the man to an abandoned building. Will is puzzled by the man's behavior, initially thinking he came to the slums to flaunt his seemingly endless remaining time. At this moment, Will subconsciously glances at his own dwindling time, a bitter reflection of the stark wealth gap in reality. The man then explains his reason. He is tired of the world's operating mechanism, where a few people achieve immortality at the expense of the time of those at the bottom. The daily rising prices cause the poor to die every day, and their vanishing time is redistributed, allowing the upper class to accumulate more and more time. The man asks Will how he would allocate his time if he had a lot of it. Will states that he wouldn't waste a single second. The man gazes at Will meaningfully. The two strangers spend the night together. In the morning, Will wakes up and checks his time, surprised to find that his original one day has turned into 116 years. Will gets up to look for the man, but discovers a message left by him on the window. The man sits quietly on a bridge, waiting for his countdown to reach 0. By the time Will arrives, the man has already fallen into the stream forever. Unbeknownst to Will, his every move has been captured by surveillance. Faced with the sudden windfall, Will gives his childhood friend 10 years and decides to take his mother away from this place to the idyllic New Greenwich that everyone dreams of. As usual, Will waits for his mother with a bouquet of flowers after work. However, when the bus arrives, his mother is nowhere to be seen. Will instinctively runs in the direction of his mother's workplace. It turns out that due to rising prices, the bus fare has increased from 1 hour to 2 hours. After paying off her loans, she only has an hour and a half left. The driver expresses his helplessness, while the other passengers remain indifferent to the woman's plight. With no choice, she gets off the bus and runs towards home. After running for who knows how long, Will finally reunites with his mother. However, fate always plays cruel tricks. Will's mother collapses in his arms as her time runs out. Her death ignites Will's hatred for the system and plants the seeds of revenge. He resolves to overthrow this hideous mechanism and free people from the control of time. Meanwhile, the time police discover the man who jumped to his death and identify Will from the surveillance footage.